incident that happened within the La Nquantadan Medina Municipal Assembly, the collapse of a building on the 1st of May while we were all busy celebrating workers. What does that say to you of how we have managed facilities in this country from scratch?
Well, that incident is quite unfortunate, and it could have been prevented from happening.
How could it have been? How could we have done that?
The built environment, every building structure needs an owner, okay? And the facility manager should be the owner. His main purpose is to make sure that the environment is safe, people are feeling comfortable, to be productive. Now, I read what the NADMO director said, and to say that somebody is building with inferior materials, that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all.
Now, again, do you think that something is missing in the link with the answers we are getting from the MC, from NADMO, from the police? Do you think there's a missing link somewhere?
Yes, there is a missing link.
And what is this missing link?
That property, from the design stage through construction to where people would go in and work, needs a facility manager. Okay, that manager should be present. And that manager should have been accountable for all this. You make sure you get the right permits, you make sure the right materials are used. You make sure that whatever it is that is going into the building will not cause harm to people. And that's all that we've been saying. You need a qualified professional.
Well, we understand from the Assembly's point of view that this building did not have a permit to begin with. And so you couldn't have gotten the inspectors going there in and out and all of that. That's the first point. Number two, I want to ask you if you believe that the conversation about facility management has sunk down well with Ghanaians, because it looks like an alien theory, a topic to us. Why do I need a facility manager when I have a foreman?
Yeah, so we've always been saying this, most of the time when you go around talking about facility management, people say that, Ghanaians have a poor maintenance culture. No, that is not it. You remember when you go to places in the north, there have been structures that are over 200 years old, okay? All that we are saying is that technology is advancing. We are now getting smart buildings, and we need the right knowledge to be able to manage these buildings, okay? So if you buy, I'm not sounding a bit, putting a brand down, but if you buy a Bentley, why would you get a roadside mechanic to attend to it? You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you put millions of Ghana cedis into this structure. Now, this building that has collapsed, investment is gone down the drain. Okay, people have lost lives. Okay, and all this. I mean, we need to be serious as a country to make sure that we, manage our facilities very well. It looks like we are interested in putting up structures, pump a lot of money, and we are hoping that in 10, 20 years, those structures just get demolished so that we can build new ones. But that shouldn't be the case.
There's a work supervisor. There's also a foreman. If you go to any site, is the foreman or the work supervisor the same as a facility manager?
No. That is never that. You can't say that the work supervisor and the foreman, they make sure that the buildings are built per drawings, okay? But the facility manager must be there with the designers, the architects, the structural engineers, and all that, to make sure that, because at the end of the day, once the building is commissioned, it is handed over to the facility manager to maintain, to manage it, okay? Now, if at the end of the day, okay, there is going to be, building collapses and all that, and the facility manager will be held accountable, do you think he's going to sit down for you to be using some, bad ratios? We call it, what is it? That use your sand and your cement ratios.
That's right, coarse aggregate and fine aggregate, exactly, and all of that.
And then the type of iron rods that you should be using. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. And it looks like most of the project owners know this, so they will not go for the right person to make sure that the right thing is done. They always want to cut corners.
How accessible are these facility managers that you so passionately are advocating for?
Please come again.
I'm asking the availability of these facility managers that you're advocating for. If I want a foreman right now, I can get one from the nearest construction site. If I want a work supervisor, I can do same. I can make a phone call. Where do I go if I want to see a facility manager, and how accessible are they?
Yes, so for over the last 10 years, we've been able to train almost 99 facility managers, professional facility managers, and we are still doing that. Now, if you need a facility manager and you contact the chapter, we'll be able to arrange one for you.
So, 99 for a population of 30 million and over, with the way people are rapidly building, you think that you are enough to solve this problem, or a look-alike of it that happened at Medina Lankwantanan?
We have just started. Okay, it's not easy getting the professionals. It's a new profession that has come to Ghana, and we are saying that, you know, to even get people to come for training itself, it's not easy. Like you said, somebody thinks that he's a construction site supervisor. He asks himself, why should I go and pay money and be trained? But at the end of the day, like I said.
Hello? Well, unfortunately, we lost him. Sorry about that. Internet is dealt with us in the way conditions dealt with the building. Andrew Mensah is Executive Director of the Ghana chapter. Andrew, welcome back. Hello, Andrew. Welcome back. Yes, so you were on a point.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that we are doing a lot of advocacy. We've been able to partner KNUST, and they've started running MSc, Master's Program in Facility Management. We've taught a number of the technical universities. We believe that, you know, facility management should be a course taught in our technical university. And so far, we've had positive responses from these universities. And I'm sure in about a year or two, there are going to be programs in Accra Technical. We've been to Cape Coast, we've been to Takoradi, we've been to Tamale, we've been to Bolgatanga University. We've taught across the continent, the breadth of the country. So we are very hopeful that we'll churn out the numbers.
What is your relationship with the institution of engineers and surveyors and all those within the value chain in terms of construction of buildings in this country?
Yes, we have very good relationships with them. There's no competition between us. What we believe is that in the built environment, okay, the quantity surveyors or the surveyors have a role they play. The architects have a role they play. Construction engineers, they also have a role they play. And we bring them all together to make sure that, you know, the built environment is safe. As an FM, I will not be, doing the project management bit. I will not be doing the architecture bit, but I have to be there to make sure that whatever design is being put on paper, whatever construction, okay, is safe for people to work in. That's our job.
But then the project manager will also say, that's my job.
No, the project manager, like the way they define project manager, it has a beginning and an end. Once the project is handed over, the project manager's job is done. Now, who maintains it to make sure that, the project that has been handed over stays the way it is till, the end of its lifetime?
So why don't the facility managers come in when the project is done so you can manage the facility, as it were?
Why don't we come in when it is done?
Yes.
No.
So that you take over from the project managers.
3FM.
Selection of material.
2.7.
Okay? What will be my input? If I'm not there to tell you the right material to select, you do this shorty thing. Imagine this building had not collapsed at this stage and handed over to a facility manager. Are you now going to blame the facility manager for not maintaining the building properly? The root cause of this whole thing is that inferior materials have been used.
Do you have presence at the local assembly? Because that's where the permits are issued from.
Not yet.
And why not?
It's a process. We are trying to get government on board so that it becomes a mandatory thing that before any structure is being put up, we would have to know who would manage it and their qualification and stuff like that.
Mr. Mensah, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. We're grateful.
You're welcome, sir.
That's Andrew Mensah. He is the executive of the Ghana chapter of International Facilities Management Ghana chapter Association. William.